Terri Schiavo.
Terri Schiavo.
Terri Schiavo.
Spurring a national debate over the right to die.
To deliberately starve her to death is an act of cruelty, and ultimately it's murder.
And the role of government in private life.
Give Terri water! Give Terri water!
On the week of the 10th, and even the president.
In extraordinary circumstances like this, it is wise to always err on the side of life.
So I am with Dr. Dow Pursley, and we are in Pinellas, Florida. And 20 years ago, it'd be 2005, March 18th, at this location, where there's a hospice right here, as you can see. It had a different name at that time, but at this location, they disconnected the feeding tube of Terri Schiavo, and where she was being taken care of. And they disconnected it, and she died at this facility of thirst and starvation. And she died on March 31st of 2005. But on March of, I guess it would be March 28th, Dr. Dow Pursley came down here from Baptist Bible College and Seminary, Clark Summit University, and he tried to help Terri Schiavo at that time. So this is also my father. So Dad, what happened here?
Well, you know, we were having an ethics class at the college, and I was talking about Terri Schiavo and how these people were actually murdering her by not giving her what she needed, which was water and food. Her parents came to visit her every day. There was really no reason except greed and avarice for anyone to want her dead, with her parents loving on her. But her husband insisted that she be terminated. And so in my ethics class, one of my students, a pastor, said, "Dow, I feel real bad that we're sitting here talking about her and she's down there dying." So on my drive home, I thought, I need to go down there and see if I can get water to her. And so I took a late night flight and grabbed a couple small cups of water from the airplane and came over here. And by that time there was a large crowd here, and Jesse Jackson was speaking on her behalf.
And we think he was speaking right over
somewhere in this area.
This area right over here, okay.
But there was a lot of policemen, a lot of armed guards around. And so when I ran towards the front of the hospice, I held my water bottles in the air, so I wouldn't get shot from behind.
Can we just say you were over in this
Somewhere
location,
over in there.
And you ran right towards those doors, right over there, where you can see the hospice doors. Okay.
Yeah. And there were 5 policemen that met me at the door and knocked me down. One of them hurt his finger a little bit when he was knocking me down, so he tased me. And so anyways, she died about 2 days later.
Yep.
Such a sad thing. But the story goes on from there that euthanasia has become quite a big thing now in many states and many countries. But at that time it was unusual to murder someone, especially someone who didn't want to be put to death because of their physical disability. And there's been a lot of studies on the brain, and many of the things that they said about her were just flat out lies.
Right. Well, science now proves that what it was true, that she was functioning, and she was cognitive, but they didn't have the right tools at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And really, there was opportunities for government officials to step in. The governor of Florida, Jeb Bush, and Bush was the president. Jeb Bush could have called the National Guard and stopped it. There was one federal judge that wanted her dead. And so I was really disappointed in our government at that time, and became increasingly disappointed with it, with all the other decisions that have been made since then. But the sad thing is, for a government to get away with murder is really a terrible thing, and it sets a bad precedent for the, for society and the way things are going to go with euthanasia for people who have Alzheimer's and other things. And sure enough, we're seeing more and more states open to the idea of it or actively pursuing it.
Yeah, it sounds like a Nazi agenda of you have useless eaters, so let's find those that are a burden on society and give an excuse to exterminate them because they're a burden, rather than taking care of them from conception till the end. It's something very different.
Yeah, and it's sad that people get away with this. And, there's a reckoning that's coming. God's going to judge all those that are ungodly and make these decisions. Judges in black robes think they can make decisions on life and death when in fact they should be promoting life.
Yeah. Well, so being back here 20 years later, the fallout from that is that they arrested you, and then you had felony charges put on you, and then what happened from there?
Well, from there, basically, God intervened and took care of every issue that came up. So I was able to finish my teaching career and go on, but poor Terri wasn't able to do that.
One of the people that we talked to recently that was doing an investigative story on this, Lynn Vincent, and she's an author, well-known author, works for World Magazine and has published many books. She took an interest, and she actually talked to you about what her findings were with Terri Schiavo. And what she had uncovered was that that lawyers came in to talk to Terri Schiavo. Did you hear what I just said? To talk to her.
Right. She
because
could speak.
And they said, Terri, you have to verbalize that you do not want to be taken off the feeding tubes. Can you verbalize it? And this is what was said. They were saying basically you have to say you want to live. And they said she whispered, I wanna. And then she couldn't finish the sentence because she did have some disabilities that was affecting her speech. But she was her cognitive, she wanted to live.
She smiled every time her parents came.
That's right. A lot of people say, oh no, look at her brain scans. You know what, guys? Look at Dr. Michael Egnor's work, a neurosurgeon and a neurologist that studies this, and then you have a different conclusion.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Any other thing you want to say about?
Well, I've thought about that Pinellas police officer that hurt his little finger, and I just ask God to remind him every time it has a problem that he was on the wrong side of history. God's history.
Well, because after he tased you and he threw you down, he put handcuffs on you, and then he tased you again on the ground because he was just mad because he hurt his finger.
People do strange things when they're working for the wrong side.
Yep, that's true. Well, let's try to be on the right side and take care of life from conception until the end. All right, Dad, thank you.
Maybe not. Yeah, I think so. You know, she has a lazy eye. I don't know if you're aware of that or not. She wore glasses all over her life. Because her one eye rolls in on her. Doesn't it? Huh? That one eye that rolls in on you? We used to make fun. You remember that? We used to laugh at that. Used to get Mommy all upset when you did that to her. You take your eye and let it roll in the side. Remember? Yeah. And Mommy would go crazy. And she'd say, Terri, what are you doing? Used to do that to your mommy? And she'd get all upset. She used to say, Terri, don't do that. Don't do that with your eyes.